family members, you're welcome back to my channel. Hola mi members de la familia, mi nombre es Amarodago, son bienvenidos de nuevo a mi canal. And to my English subscribers, hello family members, my name is Amarodago and you're welcome back to my channel. If you're just joining me for the very first time, I'm originally from Nigeria and I bring to you content based on how you can obtain your visas, immigration news, and how you can live your best life right here in España. If you think you can relate to that kind of content, then please do well to consider subscribing by pressing the red subscribe button down below. Turn on your bell notification so whenever I post, you'll be the first to get notified. Liking this video if you like this kind of content, sharing this content to other people you think may need problem solving videos like this one. In that way you get to give YouTube a signal to send my videos to more people who will need to have these videos at their beck and call. And leave a comment in the comment section. Just any questions you want to ask, leave it down there, or suggestions of video you would like to see subsequently on my channel. Disclaimer, I am not an immigration lawyer, neither am I a recruiter. This video is brought to you based on my research, and I will advise you, I will always advise for you to do your own research to get to know more on this topic before you take your next step. Without saying much, we'll be getting straight into today's video. We are back, and today I would like to talk to you guys about how to apply for a study visa, or scratch that, how to apply for a Spanish study visa like a pro. We'll be getting into the video. I'm going to be talking to you guys about all the documents you need for this process, how to start with your admission process, document the school must send to you in order for this visa to be granted. And we're going to be discussing about the IPRM. If you don't know what an IPRM is, you are sleeping on the bicycle. Check out this video right now and come back to this one. All right, we're going to be also talking about documents that need to be legalized before it finally comes to the Spanish embassy to get legalized. We are going to be discussing about translation of documents, then visa application process. So if you stick to this video and you have plans of coming to study in Spain, you'll be doing yourself a favor. At the end of this video, I'll be answering 3 frequently asked questions about study visa. So do well to stick to the end, don't skip a bit. See you when we are back. I hope this video will not be too long because I don't want to keep you guys locked in here. Number one, we need to talk about how to get your admission into a school here in Spain. If you're coming from a third country that is not an European country, or that is an English-speaking country, that means you will probably want to study in Spain in English. If that is you, then you are welcome, because I'm going to be telling you what to do. You need to do your own research. Find out to schools that are English taught and apply to those schools. There are plenty, mucho, tanto escuelas, tanto universidades that are actually English taught. So if this is what you want, then you don't have a problem. Sit down with your phone, your iPad, your laptop, and ask Google. Google will definitely take you to schools that are English taught. If you need help with this, contact me. I am here to hold you by the hand and actually give you links to schools that are English taught. All right. Once you've been able to get schools that are English taught, you go to their website, apply to these schools. You're not going to be taking any exams or stuff like that. You just need to apply, send the requirements that they ask of you. Some of them will be asking for you to translate these requirements. Some would not mind. So if you apply to those schools and in fact, guys, this is number one tip. Anything you are doing in Spain, start early. Do not say I did not tell you. Start on time. If you want to apply for an study that starts in September, I will advise you that by June you should have started applying. Do not wait till it's 1 month before the time, because the slots that they have for these courses are usually 25 slots, and people are applying from all over the world. So what chances will you have if you start late? After you have applied and you get your admission, you will be asked to pay a pre-inscription fee. This pre-inscription fee, for some universities, you are asked to pay this pre-inscription before they actually give you the admission. So if that's the case, you have to do that. Some of them would it depends on the university. I will not come here and tell you, oh, this is the exact amount, because different universities have different pre-inscription fee. All right, so once you have gotten the admission, you paid your pre-inscription fee, some of these universities will go ahead to tell you that this is the only amount you need to pay as part tuition, while some will say no, you need to pay 30% of the tuition fee, so that a slot will be left for you. That means a slot will be allotted to you. So if that's the case, you find out and do the needful, pay this percentage that they want you to pay, and have them send you the receipts for payment. Guys, the receipt for payment admission letter is very important if you truly want to apply for this study visa like a pro. Okay, right now we have our admission letter and we have our proof of payment of tuition. Now we need to start applying for your study. I told you earlier that you should start on time. So if you have actually started on time, you can give you enough time for you to be able to book an appointment with the Spanish embassy. Booking an appointment to get your documents legalized takes 3 months for you to be allotted a date. So do you see why I say you should start on time? So once you book this appointment, book early in the morning. Anytime from 8 a.m. is wonderful. That is when they'll be able to answer you. If you book around 11, 12, they are closing for the day and they won't pay you any attention. So book from Monday to Friday, anytime from 8 o'clock, 8, 9, 10 at most. Then if you can't book early, try the next working day. If you need help with this, contact me. I will help you book. I've helped tons of people book appointments. Once you've been able to book an appointment and been allotted a date, you need to keep that, appointment, because you'll be needing it for the process you're about to get into. Now, moving on to documents that need to be legalized. The first thing you need to do is to legalize your documents. Gather your documents together. And which documents am I talking about? You need your international passport. Make sure that your international passport is valid. It has to be valid. Do not use an international passport that has only 6 months validity. I beg you, porfa. Do not try it. If it's 6 months, go and get a new passport before you even start this process at all. Next thing is to have your birth certificate. If you are born before 1992, you will need to have an affidavit of age declaration, which needs to be done by your elder brother, elder sister, mother or father or guardian. Then you will go ahead to get your National Population Commission certificate. This is gotten in MPC office. So go ahead to get that. Once you have that, you need your medical certificate, which must be obtained from a government hospital. Do not get from a private hospital. Guys, there is a phrase that I've been, if you are an OG on this channel, you will know of that phrase. I'm not going to repeat it here again because I have screamed and screamed concerning this phrase that gets documents thrown out from the Spanish embassy. Please take your time and watch this video. I talked about that phrase, Most times when you go to those government hospitals, they don't put it, they leave it out. I don't know why. I also had that mistake when I was doing my own document and I was asked to go back and start all over again. So please go and watch this video and thank me later. Once your medical report is perfect, you would need to attach it to the document you'll be taking to the Spanish embassy. Now you need your police character certificate. Your police character certificate should be done almost at the time when you want to apply for visa, because this certificate expires. It expires. So please do not do it immediately. Don't be in a hurry to do your police character certificate. Do it maybe 1 month into your processing time, so that you have it should still be valid when you apply. All right, then this once you have that, all these documents that I've listed right about now needs to go to Ministry of Foreign Affairs. They need to go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs so that it will be legalized. You need your school certificate. If you're coming for an undergraduate studies, you need your WAEC certificate. WAEC will also need to send their statement of results from WAEC to Spanish embassy direct. If you're coming for a master's, your school that you studied your undergraduate course in will need to send your transcript straight to the embassy. They do it on a daily basis. So just write to them or go there and request for this to be done, because that is one of the requirements that the Spanish embassy demands. All right, I've told you of the document that needs to be legalized at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, right? So now we have legalized our documents. They are, sitting pretty. Remember that if you are married, it will be good if you attach your marriage certificate. You also need to legalize it if that is what you want. This is optional. So once you have done this, we are now going to be moving on to having to translate these documents into Spanish. Please, I would like to mention here that if you are the one sponsoring yourself, do well to have, of course, if you're sponsoring yourself, you definitely will have a means of livelihood. So you are working, you should attach your employment letter, you should attach your pay slip, attach your leave letter. Please do well to attach these documents. They just show that you are affiliated to a company here, and this is how you got your proof of funds. It's also important to note that you will also need to attach a bank statement that is your salary account. So it has to be your salary account. Try as much as possible to bring you can have a personal bank and attach it, but let your salary account be there so that they see how the money is coming in. They need to see how did you make this kind of money. If you're coming to study here, you know how much you're going to be paying. So it's very important that they see how they see how the money came in, how you made this money and you want to use it to study. So once you're able to answer that how, you have been able to at least conquer one big question that can get you rejected. All right, by the way, I know there are so many people who use sponsors. We'll be getting into that right about now. If you are someone who maybe you have your father who wants to sponsor your mother, your elder brother, elder sister wants to sponsor you, remember that if you have a sponsor, your sponsor must be directly related to you. You cannot bring a distant relation as a sponsor for study visa. Spanish government will not accept it. So if you have a sponsor, make sure that that person is directly related to you, the student. All right, once that is done, you're going to also have to write a sponsorship letter. If you need a template for the best kind of sponsorship letter, contact Amara. Please contact me. I can help you. I have my template and it has worked for so many of my subscribers. All right, once you have that, go ahead to translate all these documents. Guys, all your documents needs to be translated. The only document that will not be translated is your statement of accounts, your employment letter and all those things from your office, and also your insurance. Those are the things that will not be translated. Any other thing I have listed here will need to be translated. Some people will ask me, why should it be translated? It should be translated because you're coming to Spain and the official lingua franca is Spanish. So you must translate it. And you cannot just translate it with anybody you see. You need to use an authorized Spanish translator. And that person must be resident in Spain with the stamps that the government has given them that makes them authorized. So if you have difficulty in getting any of these people, please, I work with authorized translators and I can help you do this service if you contact me on my IG at amara_udagu or send me an email. I'm leaving the details up here. You need to do the right translation to get the right kind of result. So after that, you've translated your document, you are good to go for your legalization. You're going to be going on the set date to legalize your documents, and after that they will call you, that they will give you a date for collection. Of course, once you're able to collect your documents, you will have to send them a request for a visa date. You're going to send it as a mail. That is the new way of doing it. Once you send it, they're going to be giving you a date to come for submission, and that day depends on you and the day they give you. Carry all your documents. Make sure to add your insurance from any insurance company that has a coverage in Spain. Make sure that it has a coverage in Spain. If it doesn't have a coverage in Spain, you are sleeping on a bicycle because it will not be accepted. Attach all these documents together and you will definitely be paying a visa fee. Go with cash, guys. Go with cash. You are going to be filling out the visa form and attaching your passport photograph where applicable, and just go and submit with confidence. I tell you that if you do everything I have said here, getting yourself a study visa to come to Spain. And also, please try and make sure that all these documents I have listed, you try as much as possible to source them from the offices, those offices by yourself, so that you don't get, in fact, you don't get swindled, or maybe somebody gives you a fake document. They just give you an unfavorable result. So yes, this is all I have to say in this video about how to apply for a study visa like a pro. I promised you guys that I was going to, talk about 3 frequently asked questions that a lot of my subscribers ask every time about study visa. Number 1 is, can I come with my family members that's dependents? And guys, since last year, it has been passed into law that students can now come with their family members. And these family members are their direct family members. So you can come with your wife, your registered unmarried partner, and your child or children. Once that child or children is /are below 18. Any child that is above 18, you cannot bring that child anymore because the child is old enough to apply for his or herself. But the only criteria for this process is that the proof of funds you need to have when you're coming as a student single-handedly, you will need to have 100% IPRM. When you're coming with a dependent, one dependent would attract 75% of your IPRM, and an additional person, you will need to prove 50% of IPRM. So the more the people you are bringing into Spain, the more proof of funds you will need to have. Bear this in mind. This is actually the most important thing that is required for you to know, because if you cannot prove that you can take care of them, then why are you bringing them? A lot of people ask, oh, can my spouse work when she's here, or when he's here while I'm schooling, can he work? In Spain, he cannot automatically work. You cannot just come as a student and immediately you're working, because it will take some time for the student to get his TIE number. As somebody who is studying for more than 6 months, please, it's only students who are studying for more than 6 months that can bring family members. If you're studying for 6 months or less, you cannot bring your family member. And also, it's important to know that your family member cannot work immediately that family member gets into Spain, because what you have is what that family member would have. So your means of identification is also what that family member will also have. And any day your study expires and your visa expires, that is the day that family member's own will expire. So bear this in mind. Last question I'll be answering. I want to come with my child or children and I don't know how I'll be able to take care of them. Is it possible for me to leave them alone at home as minors, or will it get me in trouble? Guys, in Spain, you are not meant to leave children all by themselves. You will need help if you're coming as a single mom or you're coming alone with your kids. So it's either when you come here, you have to like seek help. There are some social workers that can actually help you take care of your children, or you are going to need to, look for how you're going to manage it. Take them to crèche, and when you're coming back from school, you pick them back, because that can be arranged. But leaving them alone at home is not an option. Yeah, so yes, thank you very much for joining me. This is the end of today's video. I hope I was able to answer your questions. If not, you can also have your own chance to ask your questions directly to me on IG. Do well to follow me on there, because I would love to hear from you directly. Thank you very much for joining me on this video, and see you on my next video. Till then, watch these 2 videos after now. Adios.